Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things of the spiritual journey, spiritual awakening, so you can step into being your authentic self and living in your truth. Today, I really want to talk about this topic, and it is something that, I feel like it's a little bit uncomfortable because it is taboo, but I always feel called to talk about things like this because it's something that we really have a hard time talking about because it's so taboo. But I do think it's really important to question religion. Let me just put it out there. It's really important for us to question religion. I know it's something that we have a hard time acknowledging because it's all that we've been taught, it's all that we know. But at what point do you start to question the things that you've been taught to do your entire life? Like, is there no point where you're like doubting the things that you know? I think it's really important to question why you do things and where is this actually helping you in life. I saw this video today about a woman that is or was a part of the LGBTQIAGWXYZ. I'm so sorry. That's so offensive, but I am a part of the community, so I joke around like that. But for me, I saw that video and she basically was saying that she had a dream that she was no longer a part of the community and she is now has been delivered, and that she feels free. Like she feels like, a miracle happened and she's no longer, attracted to the same sex. And for me, I feel like that's questionable because I don't know anything that just happens overnight, okay? When you like something for so long, there should be like some type of like, how did this happen, How did I just stop liking this overnight, 1, 2, 3, like without there being some type of like deep transformation? Like you can have a dream and have like an awakening and start to question like, okay, maybe this is not what I really feel. But it was just like at the snap of the fingers, because she had this dream, she is no longer identifying as someone that is a part of the LGBTQIAQA community. And to me, I feel like that's questionable. To me, I feel like that's feeling like you are almost convincing yourself of something that you think you're supposed to be. I feel like I actually know that dreams can always be something of what you feel in the subconscious mind. Your dreams, if you're not someone that sees things in dreams, your dreams are usually a sign of your subconscious thoughts. So your subconscious mind was probably, her subconscious mind was probably telling her what she feels like she's supposed to be, or what she feels like is supposed to be happening. This is what dreams are about. And if you know about dreams, you would know that. You would know that dreams are always talking to you what you feel inside, okay? So for me, when I saw that, I was like, no, I have to talk about this topic because I feel like in spirituality, we have this term saying you go through a spiritual psychosis. I feel like there's religious psychosis where you're really just hearing things and seeing things that are not really there when it comes to religion, and you can spiral. And I feel like that is exactly what's going on. I have noticed that a lot of people have shame around their sexuality, especially if they have been raised around a very religious family or even a religious school, and they have so much shame in them. And that's exactly what religion wants you to feel. And I'm going to break it down to you why religion makes you feel so much shame. For one, religion has always been a tool to conform the people to be and act a certain way. Okay, this was used as a tool to structure rigid rules, rigid ways of being, binary ways of being, because it is very easy to control people when you are following a way of being. When you step outside of that way of being, that honestly brings a lot of fear to the people that's in the higher ups. When you are trying to manipulate the people to for you to stay up in power, because this is all about power at the end of the day. When someone is breaking outside of that order, you feel like, oh my God, what in the world is going on? My whole order that I've constructed has been now out of order, out of whack. It's out of the structure. And when you're out of the structure, which is could be looked as you being a gay person, it basically makes room for more change. When you are being the change that is not what people are used to seeing, it brings fear. When you bring fear in order to control the structure, they make you feel some type of way for being the opposite, for being the change, for being outside of the normal. This is exactly what religion does to control the people. Religion has always been a tool to conform the society. Like, point blank period. Everything that we have created with religion has been for a purpose, to keep the higher ups, the hierarchy, in order, in power. So then the rest of us that's following the order stays down and keeps them in power. When you are not in the structure, then you are creating your own structure. And when you create your own structure, the people in power don't like that. Why? Because you're going to bring them down, because you're no longer going to be following them. That's all that this is. When you are going outside of the norm, they bring shame to help you conform back into their order. It's a very powerful psychological structure that they use to keep you in check, to keep you in line, to continue to follow their rules. It has nothing to do with actually being a bad thing. Being gay is not a bad thing. It's a bad thing for the people in power because you are choosing to be your own individual self. That is the truth behind being gay, that people do not like, that people are continuously shaming. People want to feel like they're doing so good, so bad too, which is why they also egg on the idea that being gay is bad, because they have been following these rules for so long. They must in some way, shape, form possible make themselves feel good for doing it. So then they start to shame people that are not following the order, that are not following the structure, because they actually have fear to be the change. Because why? Because if you change, then they're going to shame you. And at the end of the day, people do not want to be shamed for being who they truly are. But this really blocks people from being their authentic selves. A lot of people are afraid to be who they truly are because they do not want to be shamed. And this is something that's so big that religion does. There's a lot of evil in religion that we do not talk about. It's time to really honestly have truthful conversations about how religion makes people feel bad. And I'm not here to shame religion. I think religion is a very beautiful thing, but it also does have some shadow aspects to it that we never acknowledge. There are people that are suppressing their true identities because they feel like this is the right way to be. And at the end of the day, I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's no right way for you to be. The only right way for you to be is you being who you want to be. There is no order, there is no book, there is no guideline telling any of us which way to be. There is none of that. Like, literally, it does not exist. At the end of the day, the Bible was written by a man. A man. Because a man wants to be in power. You want to know why men want to be in power? Because women are the ones that actually has all the power, and they hate that. A lot of things that religion does is really, they shame. They shame so much. They even shame you for being a woman, because the reality is that women are the creator of everything. We bring life to earth. Do we not? Do we not? If we do not bring the life here, none of us would be here. And yes, we're not going to ever deny the work that the man does to actually create the life. But the women, we bring it to life. We literally bring it. The man, they help us with it, with the creation, but men do not bring it to life. Men, in fact, bring nothing to life. They do not have the ability, they do not have the power to bring anybody to life. And that's why a man does everything that it can possibly to make us feel like we are the less than, to make us feel shameful. And this is all a part of religion. Religion has done this. And we never talk about this. We never talk about the damage that religion has done to society. We don't feel safe to be ourselves because someone that wanted to have all the power told us that we cannot have our actual power. It is powerful to be yourself. It's freeing. When you are yourself, you don't have to conform to anybody's way of being. That freedom, that power that you hold within yourself is exactly what they don't want you to have. That's exactly what they don't want you to have. But I'm going to sit here and tell you, like, please allow yourself to be yourself. They shame women for having sex before marriage. It's never the men. Men can do that, but women cannot. And how would you have sex? How would you have sex if you are not married? If you're a man, you would most likely be having sex. It's not going to be with a married woman, because if you're not married, who are you going to be having sex with? But they only shame the woman. They shame the woman for being too sexual. They shame the woman they even blame women for when men are acting out and do crazy things to us, like abuse, sexual things that I don't know if I could say it on YouTube, but like when men come out of character and do things that they know they're not supposed to do, they blame the woman. That all comes from the Bible, because men are allowed to do whatever they want. Women are not. That comes from the Bible. Shaming people for what they want to, who they want to love, comes from the Bible. Like, seriously, all this shame around being any type of sex worker, anything that has to do with sex, or even being sensual or being confident in your sexiness, you're not allowed to do that. Why? Because that shows me my power. When you are sensual, when you're sexy, you are confident. Okay? You know that you are alluring, magnetizing energy, and men do not do that. Men don't have that ability. It's very different when it's from women, okay? They don't want you to have that. It's very controlling. Everything about it is very controlling. So, which is the people that are usually in power are usually men, right? I mean, look around. Look around. The people that are in power are usually men. A man wrote that Bible, and a man constructed all these rules and regulations of how we're supposed to be and made it society norms. It's not normal. It's not normal. Even for men to show feelings, they've suppressed that from the men. Why? Because there's power in feelings. It's a feminine thing. They call it a feminine thing. It is a feminine thing, but that doesn't mean that men are not supposed to feel connected to their feelings because it's a feminine thing. Femininity rules emotion, okay? And that's why it is called a feminine thing. But men and women both have masculine and feminine energy. When it is the emotions that's being expressed, that is the feminine part of you that's being open. They don't allow men to express their feminine feelings, their emotions, anything that has to do with them expressing themselves, because when you express yourself, you see yourself. When you suppress your feelings, you are not in tune with how you truly feel, so you can then not act out on how you truly feel. It is all psychological. It has nothing to do with men should not cry. Men should absolutely cry. We are all given emotions and feelings to feel and express. That is a gift for us to experience. And they have taken that away from us because it's a way of controlling. If you are not tuned into your emotions, that means that they can be controlling of your emotions and how you feel. And that's exactly what they do. They control your feelings by telling you to not feel. They got you wrapped up. And this is all what has been taught by society and religion, okay? And I really, really want us to break out of this fucking very, very claustrophobic, like, closet that we've been in for so long and open that door up already. There's absolutely no way for you to be. There isn't. It's all made up. It's all a lie. It's all a lie to control you, to conform you, so they can continue to be in power and not you. But I want to help you be in your power. I want you to help you see that you have power, that you have capability to be yourself, and that it is okay to be yourself, that you're supposed to be your authentic self. Nobody is supposed to tell you how to be in this lifetime but you, okay? Free yourself from the chains of this conformative way of being in life. You don't have to be this way anymore. Free yourself. Free yourself from all these limiting beliefs that has been put onto us. They're not real. They're not true. If you wanted to be controlling, you would do the same thing. You would tell somebody whatever they need to hear so they can listen to you and your ways of being, so you can be higher up. And that was all I wanted to say. I really am feeling like I should talk about this more because honestly, it's an uncomfortable subject, but it's a necessary subject. I mean, we really hide so much of ourselves because of what we think we're supposed to be or look like or be focused on. It's really your life. You do you, baby. Like, it doesn't matter what nobody thinks. The people that are talking about you are the people that are following everybody but themselves, okay? Fuck them. Fuck them. They don't matter. They're not. Allow yourself to be free, okay? Allow yourself to have your own way of thinking. Allow yourself to feel comfortable being yourself regardless of what anybody has to say about you. Doesn't matter. This is your life. Take charge of it, period. I hope that this resonated with you. I hope that you feel seen, like truly seen. I'm trying to see the real you, not who you think you're supposed to be, okay? So I hope this message lands well. I hope this finds somebody that, was probably feeling stuck in this way of being, in this way of thinking. I really want to set the intentions of allowing yourself to be free. You deserve to be free. You deserve to live the life the way that you want to. Okay, so that is my message for today. I hope that everybody has a really beautiful day. I hope you feel comfortable being your badass self. You are beautiful. You are amazing. And I want to see more of who you are, period. Have a good day. Bye.